The enemy controls all.
Hello, welcome to Outside Xbox and a bit of brand new gameplay from Battlefield 1's Domination mode. It's PC gameplay because that's what was available to us, but hopefully you get the idea. Domination mode returns from Battlefield 4. It's a capture mode, but on smaller versions of the game's maps and without the option to spawn on a particular control point. In practice, this means no vehicles and lots of close quarters gunfighting, which it turns out we're terrible at. But you can learn from our mistakes. Here are 5 crucial tactical errors that we made in Battlefield 1's Domination mode. Don't do this stuff and other dumb things, and you're guaranteed victory.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Because the maps are so much smaller than the huge battlegrounds of Conquest mode, we assumed that everyone would be on the ground and fighting honourably with short-range, terrible World War I guns, rather than sniping with long-range, terrible World War I guns. But now that the buildings in Domination maps are more detailed, there are potential locations for sneaky snipers to hide and continue their decades-long reign of online terror, like in this windmill, for example. Yes, there's a lot of close quarters combat on the smaller maps in Domination, but it's not the whole story. Speaking of that windmill, because the majority of destruction in Battlefield 1 is dished out by tanks, artillery and people crashing planes into things, it's easy to assume that these vehicles-free Domination maps are destruction-free as well. Absolutely not the case.
The enemy controls all objectives.
Infantry can lug around plenty of explosives. As my grandma always used to say, where there's explosives, there's destruction. That's before she was banged up for 10 years for criminal damage. Don't forget that in Domination mode, destruction is still a valid tactical option, particularly for exposing dastardly windmill-based snipers. Of course, you might decide that if you can't beat the snipers, then you might as well join them. If so, don't make the same mistake we did. You see, sniper rifles in World War I were proper bolt-action affairs, and in Battlefield 1, that means manually reloading after every single shot. This takes ages, and admittedly does make being a sniper more difficult than in most other first-person shooters. Not so difficult that you can't shoot us repeatedly in the head, though. Also, we don't need to tell you, this is the exact wrong situation to be using this gun. It may be much faster paced than Conquest, but Domination is still a capture mode. The problem is with those smaller maps, you're likely to get caught up in fiddly gunfights every few seconds or so. And if you're us, you'll lose that gunfight and go out seeking immediate bloody revenge.
Controls all objectives.
It's easy to lose yourself in the combat and forget that actually your main job, soldier, is still capturing those control points. It's the classic Battlefield fans' refrain, play the objective, but they're absolutely right. Treat this like Call of Duty TDM and you might get some kills, but you won't win the match. Then there was the time we threw a grenade inside a windmill and fell down the entire thing and got blown up by our own grenade. Yeah, there's no real excuse for this one, it's just spectacularly stupid. That was our war. So there you go, another quality gameplay from Outside Xbox. Alright, we might have sucked harder than a black hole, but at least now you know what not to do, right? Keep an eye out for number 5, I bet that happens all the time in MLG matches. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe because we absolutely do need your pity, and we'll see you next time on Outside Xbox.